Alright, hello all, welcome back to the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So, we have something very, very interesting. This dropped like 15 minutes ago. I saw on Twitter, I was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't even get the notification for this. Which I have notifications turned on for everything Dokkan, so it's a little odd. But, regardless, we have the teaser for the next DOKKANFEST. And this is going to be a TUR, by the way. It should release on the 30th. Now, how Dokkan usually handles DOKKANFEST TURs, they don't really tease them out. I will say I noticed, like, we had this year post, the Tanabata now. I think we could probably ignore GDC, just because of how the way it trailed into then what should have been a DOKKANFEST TUR was an LR, right? The Gohan Goten Trunks card. I don't know, and with, like, if you look at, like, Tao after Golden Week, it does seem like they're trying to, like, tease these characters the next Dokkanfest TUR at the end of major celebrations. I don't know if they're going to keep doing that. I think that's cool, though. I mean, if they should do this more often, I think. I definitely like getting teasers like this. Now, obviously here, long story short, the next Dokkanfest TUR, I mean, it's got to be Metal Cooler. Like, what the hell else is this supposed to be? It can't be anyone but Metal Cooler. I'll take DL. You know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. This just makes way too much sense to be Metal Cooler. Now, it's not a foolproof solution, but Legends and Dokkan love to release, like, things alongside one another. Legends just got a Metal Cooler, which, as far as I know, I don't really play Legends anymore, was apparently, like, the worst LF of all time. So that's, pretty unfortunate for them, but I think this can't be anyone but Metal Cooler. And Metal Cooler could be very, very interesting for the game right now. And now this art only has 5. While this has 7, so I suppose that is worth throwing out. But this is obviously an old Battlefield LR. I do suspect, given that this is, like, the art, it'll probably be called Metal Cooler Army. Because, and I could show this, we just type in Metal Cooler, right? This is just Metal Cooler Army. These are the little type guys. This is just Metal Cooler. Like, most of the Metal Coolers we have are just, like, named Metal Cooler. Like, these guys have the types in. Actually, this guy, is it this guy or the other guy? One of these two don't have the type thing. Yeah, this one. Right, so as you can see, Metal Cooler. A lot of them just have Metal Cooler. So I think what they'll do is this will be Metal Cooler Army. That way he could link with, I mean, we just saw him there for a moment, but the physical Carnival Metal Cooler. And that sort of, this all just makes so much sense, right? They're buffing movie bosses and movie heroes to Celebration. What's a really good way to finish off the Celebration? Now, the Cooler movie EZAs are very interesting. You know, I do have them all pulled up here. Metal Cooler, the Super Saiyan Duo, and then we also, I mean, this guy, we'll go over him in a moment. We have the Final Form Cooler and Bird Q here. This is very interesting. So what I would say is at the very end of the celebration, so on the 30th is when the next celebration starts. We should have info, my time, the 3 a.m., the 29th, I believe. So we could potentially start getting a teaser 2 to 3 days about stuff coming. But I just wanted to make a video going over this real quick. Now, I would like to start covering more, like, when they do teasers like this, I think this is pretty cool. I might have done one for when they teased what I thought was going to be Shallot, turned out to be Tao. Or I might have just talked about it in a bunch of videos, but when they do stuff like this, I think this is pretty cool. So I did want to go over it. And if we just look here, I mean, there's really 2 main directions I could take with this, right? So if we go down to his categories, he's actually got quite a few. What really stands out, I mean, Accelerated Battle, right? And then it's like movie bosses. These are not, like, these are potentially good categories, but not, like, really all the way there. Terrifying Conquerors, I wouldn't say, is a good place. Wicked Bloodline, Resurrected Warriors, Joined Forces has never been a real team. Artificial Life Forms, like there's pretty much all of these categories except maybe like Accelerated Battle could use a lot of help. Now I haven't done the new Red Zone stage yet. I think Broly has a mission for Target Goku. I could be incorrect. But that tells me Metal Cooler is going to lead Target Goku. From then on, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he'll be Target Goku, Terrifying Conquerors, and have like a Wicked Bloodline, Artificial Life Form. Like that'd be his sort of full 220. That would be my guess. I feel like that would hit a decent bit of characters. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, maybe they could even throw like Resurrected Warriors on there. But essentially, if we just like look at Bloodline, movie bosses. In fact, we can even pull up categories here. Let's go down to Target Goku. I'm not gonna lie, I don't. There it is. Target Goku. Open that, and then I suppose Terrifying Conquerors would probably be a good one to pull up here. And if we just look at these categories, I have Wicked Bloodline, movie bosses, Terrifying Conquerors, Target Goku. Like, what is like on the horizon that are buffs these teams could get? That's really what I'm trying to look at here. And you'll see this guy's here, Golden Frieza, right? We go down to Terrifying Conquerors. Is he actually? He might not be on it, honestly. Because Dokkan's a little... Okay, he is. Dokkan's a little weird with how they do things sometimes. He's on that, right? And obviously, he's on here. Movie bosses, he's on it. Where the hell is he? He's pretty far down. There he is. Okay, so like the 4 major categories that this Metal Cooler would probably hit, that Tech Golden Frieza is on it. And I've been saying, like, all Celebration, this is so weird. Why don't we have the Super EZA for this guy? He should have dropped in Part 1, right? He's one of the first DOKKANFEST, I believe. I wasn't playing during that time, but there's, you know, let me cut away from him. I could actually pull this up. There's a great account. It's called like Masaka or something. You guys should follow if you have a Twitter. They post these like really in-depth like EZA graphics. Let me pull that up just to show this. This guy has been in line for quite a while, so it was really weird he hadn't EZA'd, Super EZA'd rather. Yet the Celebration, I think he's going to be coming for this next DOKKANFEST. So give me just a moment. All right, so I am back here. I did manage to get both the EZA as well as the Super EZA ones pulled up. Now, these are a little out of... Well, actually, no, because that's Golden Frieza there, actually. Okay, no, I suppose this one's actually up to date. The Super EZA one isn't. But as you can see, I mean, if we just look at, like, EZAs that should be upcoming, Wicked Bloodline, movie, right? And then we have... movie, or special, I guess, technically. Like, half of the EZAs, actually more than half of the EZAs upcoming, are movie related, right? So it does make sense that we're going to go into a DOKKANFEST TUR that's going to, you know, be movie related. Now, as for the Super EZA one, once again, this is a little outdated. But if we just look like Super EZA, Omega Shenron, Physical Vegeta Blue, AGL Rose, like these are all characters that have been done. The Super Saiyan 4s have been done. Has there been anything further down here? Broly's been done, right? So we're even going a little bit down into this area. Now, obviously, there are some characters up here we haven't touched, like all these 4, the androids, right? Cell, Broly. But as you can see, I mean, Frieza is definitely very in line for one, and he was very fitting to this celebration. So I found it very odd that he had not Super EZA'd with it. But this makes sense. It's because the next DOKKANFEST TUR is movie bosses, specifically like Metal Cooler Army. So he's going to Super EZA here. Very obvious. Once again, I do think probably Target Goku and Terrifying Conquerors would be my guess for the 220. With Wicked Bloodline movie bosses as the next. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like that would hit a decent... Or maybe... Maybe they'd honestly give him, like... Would they give him 3? target Goku, Terrifying Conquerors, right? And then give him artificial life forms, movie bosses, Wicked Bloodline, or artificial life forms, Wicked Bloodline. That way they hit pretty much every Wicked Bloodline character. And Target Goku is like full of androids. It makes sense for him to lead artificial life forms. It definitely would need help. This team would get help by him leading Target Goku. Okay, so I just real quick also. Now I have this guy here. This guy. Obviously he's gonna super EZA. I think these two are gonna EZA on the 30th, right? I don't know if we'll get his super EZA info then. I think these guys are gonna EZA with the end of the celebration. They love to do this, drop major EZAs at the end of a celebration. They just do it all the time, right? And it makes sense to be like the final big hype thing for the celebration to try and finish it off at the close. The strategy works out for them quite a lot. It makes people remember celebrations fondly that weren't so good at the time. Hint, hint, the Broly worldwide. Let's throwing it out there. Now the thing is, though, I could see them doing two. You know, a DOKKANFEST LR, Carnival LR to finish things off. Mind you, this guy would be the first Carnival LR EZA. And also, we're throwing out, right? Both these guys were not the best on release, so giving them sort of a return first makes a lot more sense. They don't have as much going for them, so throwing them in at the end of a celebration, start of a monthly one, I think makes a lot of sense. These guys, I would say, is really, I don't know. I don't see them doing 4 at one time, literally in the same data download. I don't see it happening. And I don't think they're going to like EZA these 2 first, and then do these 2 a week later. Because if it's going to be Metal Cooler, right? Because this guy has a Metal Cooler condition, right? I mean, it's not the biggest one, but it's definitely, if they're EZAing any of the Worldwide Download Celebration 2022 LRs, it's going to be this guy. Which, if this guy's coming, they're going to release these guys with him. These 2, however, I would say they're probably still going to hold on to them. That would be my guess. I mean, we'll see. But I think Namek could be a part of New Year's or the 11th anniversary, and saving these guys. In fact, maybe honestly even just New Year's in general. I don't know though, because I think Daima, like Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku Goma, might be like special LRs for New Year's. They did with Superhero in 2022. We'll have to see. But yeah, I would say don't really, at least I'm not really expecting these 2. But I would expect we'll get the EZA details for Metal Cooler, as well as Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, in a couple of days here. This guy probably maybe like super EZA week into the celebration. And, you know, this celebration, by the way, I think is worth throwing out, should have a Part 2 LR. Now, if I were to guess, well, I would say it might be Target Goku specifically related, and in fact, like artificial life forms. I think they could probably drop this guy in Part 2 as an EZA. If tab would load. Okay, the tab doesn't want to load. Okay, but this Super Android 17, I think they could maybe Super EZA him, or not Super EZA him, excuse me, because this would be a buff to Omega's GT Bosses team. There we go. As well as the new, you know, if he's leading Target Goku, this guy would be on it. Obviously, he's an artificial life form. He'd be really nice. In fact, this guy really wanted to be our Android's Target Goku. I mean, obviously, he wouldn't get androids, but Target Goku he would have. So, I think this guy could be a pretty decent EZA to expect. And I don't even know what I'd say for the Part 2 LR. Yeah, I don't. It's like Metal Real though. I don't know. They'll do something. I think it'll be Target Goku for Part 2. I mean, we'll have to see. It should have a Yellow Coin LR, and I would expect it to be probably more Target Goku related, Android sort of related. We haven't gotten that much of the sort of those characters recently, so it does make sense. Once again, I mean, if we look at the categories here, besides like accelerated battle, I feel like most of these, I mean, obviously movie bosses has gotten buffs. Most of these haven't really gotten buffs recently, so I feel like it's pretty good idea to expect they're gonna really focus on these two. But those are just my predictions. We'll have to see. I just wanted to go over all this real quick. I'm actually really excited for this guy. I'm probably not going to like actually summon on him. But we'll see. You know, there's going to be, I think it'll be like 28 Dokkan Day and Seriously Serious in total, 14 from each tickets to summon on him. So, you know, I could get lucky. A lot of people could get lucky off those. We'll have to see. But yeah, I just want to make a video going over this real quick. I think it's pretty cool that it's going to be Metal Cooler next. I mean, I guess this whole prediction video could be wrong, but I don't see how it's not going to be Metal Cooler. It has to be. Like this teaser, Dokkan is usually pretty obvious with this. I'm not gonna like psych myself out and be like, oh, what could this be? And it's gonna be like, like who else could it even be? Honestly, like I was gonna say, oh yeah, the Ginyu Force. Like there's 5 of the Ginyu Force. There's 7 people here. Like I don't, and they all have the same thing going on, like the same body, the same eyes. Like none of them look different, right? I feel like it has to be Metal Cooler Army. So we'll see. But I think this is very exciting. And we'll have to see how good he is. I mean, they'll probably give him a revive of some sort. Hopefully he isn't like based around it entirely like the old Metal Cooler was. I feel like they've learned their mistake. We'll have to see though, right? I mean, who knows? But yeah, I'm going to end this one here. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below for the next DOKKANFEST TUR, as well as a lot of potential really good EZAs and the Super EZA here. I'm actually really excited. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.